Okay, welcome. Let's hit the ball and get going. Without much ado, we were looking yesterday to take sales, but I was very skeptical about taking sales because price was in a demand zone. This is a weaker area. This at this lower side is stronger demand zone. So I was like, nah, I just got to be careful taking any sales here. I remember one of the questions I was asked by my delegates, trainees, students, friends, parties, that what if we take sell on the break of this low or perhaps on the break of this structural low, anticipating price to dip further. That is good. But sales are only better depending on the zone. In fact, depending on the parameters that makes sell better. Okay. So what I was looking at is if we take sell here, we have to understand what territory we are, the time frame we are taking the sell. If the time frame is in confluence with the bigger boy time frame, which comes from the daily 4 hour, okay. And if we want to take sell on the 1 hour time frame, is the 30 minutes showing us that we are bearishly breaching a strong buyer's territory. At this particular zone, taking sell here, which is this first line we did, is not showing us a confident breach because this this breach here on the 30 minutes is negligible. Which is one of the things my students know, they can't make that kind of mistake. This is negligible. This is just a breather. Okay, the main breach is here. This is just a breather. This is the main breach. So to take better sales would be waiting for price to breach this low. Then you take a sell that is 1:1 risk to reward, or you wait for price to give some retracement, better price, which if you take sell here, it would have been beautiful. But based on my experience, I've looked at it and say, if you take sell on the bearish breach of the 30 minutes, you have to be careful of the demand zone that comes below it from the higher time frame. Okay, if you don't get this, if you don't understand it, please contact me, let me know so that I can delve deeper into what I'm saying. Okay, what I'm trying to say in a nutshell is, or let me say in layman's term, is simply don't I will not take sell here. Okay, that will be the sell on the break of this low. I will not take sell there because price is above a stronger demand zone, which is this. So I was waiting for sales to occur below here. But then again, this occurred, this happened. Price breached this support, came for retest. We can see that this retest is very, very weak. This retest is very weak, meaning that price was having difficulty coming above this support. So support, which is one of the basic things you learn in forex or trading, is that support will eventually turn toward resistance. This is one of the basic things. One of the basic things. Support becomes resistance. So you have something like this and kaboom. So this was exactly what happened. So this was a congestion that was created to let those who wanted to sell that, okay, you're on the right path. Now, if you're trading based on Fibonacci, I think this should be 50%, this should be 61.8, this should be 72.3%. So between here, this is some people's golden zone between 50 and 61.8. Some people's golden zone is between 61.8 and 72.3. This is the Fibonacci secret, but it depends on what you're looking at. There are more things about Fibonacci that people don't talk about. For instance, let me give what I perhaps I'm going to make an exclusive video on how to trade using Fibonacci. Though I don't normally use Fibonacci, okay, I don't. So somewhere around here will be 62.3%. Okay. If you see this, this is 61.8%. This is it. So the trade would have been activated here. Now, if you trade using Fibonacci, you'll discover that all candles after this week that activated your sell limit, all the other candles fail to close above. So from here to this point will be our golden zone. Okay. Now let me try something. This is gonna take my time. This is gonna take my time. Mm. Okay, I'll do this. I'll do this later, some other time. I don't use Fibonacci anymore. So perhaps we'll look at it some other time. So what I'm trying to say is that this is what we're looking at. So for today, I'm looking at potential sales if we get a bearish breach for price to keep dipping. However, don't forget we're in demand zone. Anything can happen to push price upwards. So if you're taking sales, just have that on the back of your mind. But I'm anticipating more sales. If it's even better, I would like to see some deeper retracement, just like what happened here, before I take this sell going down. But if it breaches this low, I'll be looking for sales coming down. This will be scenario 1A, this will be scenario 1B, or I'll look for buys above this level. This is what I'm looking at on GJ, British Pound Japanese Yen. For gold is very beautiful because what we were looking at yesterday was if there must be sales, it must be below this demand zone. Then you see this supply zone, we got to be very careful. Potential buys should be above this zone. As you can see, price breached, did what it did, then what? Kaboom. This occurred again, Asian session. Normally, I would have liked to take buys here, stop loss below this structural low. For it to rally, this will give me my 1 hour. But to be very careful, I just said, let me just follow the rules. Something made price to be holding here like this. First touch, accumulative second touch, third touch, nothing occurred. So let me just wait for a breach, okay, before I take anything. And this is what happened. I got a bullish breach, consolidation to indicate that, yeah, this is a balance between the buyers and the sellers. So break above will be breakout, break below will be perhaps further bearish momentum. So this is what I was looking at. So for today, I'm looking for buys. We have gotten the bullish breach. Price has done its retracement. So let's see if we can get buys to retest this high, then potentially continue going higher. So we've gotten the retracement or the retest, which is what I like. Retest to occur before pre-London or London Open, so that we can get a good range for price to pump to. So this is it. This is for gold. There's something I just was just reminded. If you look at this GJ, just a bonus set concept. If you look at GJ, this bearish breach occurred during London. This particular one occurred during New York. This one occurred during Asia. This is what I'm saying. This is London. This is New York. This is Asia. Then London tried to breach down but came back up. If you look at this again, this breach is what? Asian. This bearish breach is Asian. So this is the first time Asian came into the tradable active zones, because definitely before Asian session, which used to be for creating of Asian range, you um, use it as one of the ways to know that okay, we've created an Asian range, which is the balance in the market. Now we're waiting for the imbalance that comes with volume. So, but now we have gotten a bearish breach during Asian. That is to say that London or New York, one of them will be used as the guinea pig, in the sense that nothing might happen in one of these two sessions. But if nothing happens in the two sessions combined, then we anticipate the next Asian session to show us something, which is this number 2. Because if you look closely, London and New York didn't do anything apart from this initial initial breach, bearish breach, took out this low, then came into the zone back, which is respecting this 4 hours daily support. Now, this occurred yesterday. London, New York didn't do anything, then kaboom, Asian. So let's see what is going to happen today. If London is going to be activated again by giving us bearish momentum, that's to say the baton has been transferred from Asian session to London session. This is the third time price is dipping. Okay, this is just an extra bonus, or let me say bonus, nothing like extra bonus. This is a bonus. Okay, the last but not the least is Bitcoin. For Bitcoin, I was looking for sales. I use one of the different strategies. What do I mean? Okay, for those of you asking, what is this line here? This is a trend line, which you know. I know what you're trying to ask. That why did I keep this line here? You have to watch the special edition. I was explaining how to use trend line to know when price wants to go against your bias. Okay, though I don't use this anymore, I already know when price will go against my bias. But this is just part of the special edition I did in the 1st of August. Okay, we got first touch, second touch. If we get a bearish breach, some retracement, we anticipate further dipping. The same thing occurs if we are looking for buys. Like in this case, this is how you draw this trend line from, okay, this is how you draw a trend line from here, like this, okay, here like this, goes down, or you can use the top here. So this is how you can draw it. So we are in bearish momentum now. This is to using of the trend line. Okay, without much ado, let's look at what we got for today. For yesterday, I took sell here, got my 1 arrow. This is my overall TP. So there's another strategy I use when I'm going for a bigger take profit, which means that I'm not looking for conservative highs or lows. Okay, I'm going to trade using a different strategy, which is what is making this price to hold. If you look at my what I published yesterday, which about 85 persons have viewed, this is what I published on TradingView, my sell idea, and as you can see, it's still playing out fine. This is where I was looking at to say, whatever the case, this is where I'm looking at to close my trades. As you can see, price is dipping. Nothing is stopping it at the moment, except perhaps on retracement, then kaboom. So this is what it is what it is, okay? So without much ado, I am still in seller's territory, waiting for price to do what it knows how to do best, which is act. All I gotta do is try to understand what they're doing. Okay, the last but not the least, and I think the most important thing today is subscribe. Don't cut yourself from this stream of knowledge that comes unbesmirched. Hit that notification button, or there is in the shape of a bell, I think. Yeah, I know, not like I think. In the shape of a bell. Then comment what you like to see, some constructive criticisms, and appreciative words. The last but not the least is to like. This is all I got for you today. Peace.